Okay, okay, thank you. I guess I wasn't made sure the rules, but anyways, gonna repeat my entire intro again. We're live here. Showmatch of the century. Bobo against Marko. Bobo bottom, Marko up top. Ellen neck, thank you very much for the follow. And we're here for a best of 15, so strap on for the next 2 hours or so of pure Showmatch goodness here on CnC at RA2. This Showmatch was made possible by FC Asia. If you're wondering what the FC tunnels are, if you look in your CNCnet client, you will see FC EU and then you will see official yes. So FC EU is a tunnel run by Fortune's Chaos, specifically for the Super Dog. Looks like bottom left he got eaten as well. It is made possible by FC EU. This is 100% run by FC and funded by FC as well. So if you'd like to come and donate to contribute to FC, the dog. No. Marko gets up right. So if you'd like to donate to FC EU to keep us going, it is very, very much appreciated. Can just let me or Mattis and T know, then we will be able to, nice NG eat with that drone as well. And we'll be able to forward your donation to contribute to the FC EU fund. So FC Asia is one of the two tunnels run by FC. One is FC EU, one is FC Asia. FC Asia is a Showmatch only tunnel. You don't normally turn it on. You only turn it on for show matches. Nice drone to that one rhino. So got 3 miners here for Bobo. Marko on 2 miners. So Bobo going 1 miner. Marko going 0. There's a significant difference in build here. So Marko builds on the right side with our war factory. I wonder if he is gonna move down at all. This is RA2. Why the fuck would it be Yui? This is we're running it based on rules of Rambo play, so no NG eat is turned off, multi-engineer is turned off. But we're already making a play towards the top right hand with the flak engineer. Marko comes out with a drone to counter it. So not microing the miners here, Bobo, on the right side. So only 1 miner on gems. Realistically should have all 3 on gems. 2 of them on gems now. Yep, I do see how stupid top spot is, but the difference here, I'll say it again. I think the difference in spots in our in dry heat is that on the bottom side, your miners are very much exposed to attacks on the cliff, but it's easier to build down. On the top side, it's a lot harder to build down, but your miners are very much more protected from the cliff, so you can't get abused as much. And like even if you have drones coming here, the drones will go on the ore, which is gonna help you defend in your case. Look at both players are inching, trying to go forward towards the middle. Let's be right there, Marko. Nice drone defense. Marko trying to push forward here. He does have the 40 advantage. Does he have the tank rhino advantage though? It's a little bit too weird. Dogs are coming forward. Central guns out for Bobo. Marko now out tank. Just be a little bit careful here. 3 war factories to 2. Stop it, MJ. I would say that shit. This is a piss off Legend. Legend is always the one complaining about spots, right? Caverns bottom right bad spot. Reconcile bottom right bad spot. Dry heat top spot bad spot. That's why he lost. How many memes are there with Legend at this stage? Too many, man. Too many men. Right, so Bobo moves his MCV down towards the bottom left. Marko looking to... Oh, there's a radar on top right. That's a good build as well. So your refiner can be here instead of this spot, which is a little bit buggy. And it's a little bit hard for your miner to go around as well. Out comes the NG flag on that left side. Marko senses. Drone there. Bobo pulls it back. This is where I think Bobo will try to... Oh, nice there. So is it going to deploy? He does deploy it. But at the cost of 1 single miner, Marko going to push forward after that as well. Bobo stands in radiation. Huge front that's right inside. I don't think Marko will come out of this alive. Bobo does have the superior number of rhinos. And he does push victorious on the right hand side here, Marko. What is it gonna respond with? Is it gonna respond with a GG? So good speeds on that first game, and Bobo, after some tugging back and forth, he does get that first point on the board. It's 8-4 for Bobo. That's a very bold prediction there, Vera. We're not on Rambo. We're on CnC net. So we'll see. It looks like the delay thingy with the frame generate 4 is working. Anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, Neoground recently ran an update or run a testing group. Excuse me, where he kind of fixed the delay. So the delay is the current CnC net delay. If you shift right click and cancel, etc., is it's a bit delayed, right? It's gonna take a couple seconds until you can properly shift right click it. But with the new update on the delay, it's been pushed into R2QM. The delay is a lot lesser now, so it's a lot closer to Rambo or closer to Skirmish. It's not 100% close, but it is significantly a lot better. We ran a testing group with a couple of pros, Latov, Luke, Ludwig, Berg, and everyone else. Latov even said, "Oh, it's too quick now. I can't control my splits." So that's something. But I think players do appreciate that it has been silently updated into R2QM, which I don't think many has noticed. I think Legend was the only one who noticed so far. He came into the channel and he was like, "Well, yo, what the fuck have you done to R2QM?" I was like, "We made it better. We made it better." So round to Montana DMZ. Power drop immediately counted. So both players going for their big all patch first. Bobo's second refinery does go for the small one. Marko going for that second all patch after 4 minus up on the board. Bobo only has 3 on the bigger one. Will we do that change into Yuri's Revenge QM? Hopefully in the coming updates we will. But it should be in R2. It should be in Yuri QM, because in general it's a good quality of life update anyway. And I think in high level games it really does make a difference. So hopefully it will be pushed on to Yuri QM as well. So got 2 more fractures on the right hand side here for both players. Marko already extinguished his bigger all patch. He's gonna have to micro them a little bit further down. Miners are in trouble. He needs to push him down, and he does. Players moving on to their gold patches now. We've got Service Depot. Bobo waiting to bait. Nice. I used to do that. I wait for players to come close and then I shoot it. Delay. Nice. Bobo have a very, very good build. Marko's build is good as well. But difference in build here, Marko did have 3 miners on... Right, Bobo had 3 miners on the gems. Marko had 4. Good save that by that drone, and he's on to his 3rd gold patch now. I like this from Marko, using the buildings as an advantage to hide behind. Bobo just clearing them out as currently. Fortunately, we can't see the random numbers there, so it's all up to my guesstimation. That's my guessing estimation of how many rhinos there are. I think Bobo does outtank Marko at the moment, so you see how Bobo actually saved his pyro drops as well. Marko's pyro drop went straight to top right. Bobo saved his pyro drop for the first engagement, which is here. So any sentry guns come up will be easily targeted by the conscripts. Bobo being the aggressor once again. Marko just chilling, holding behind. He's really good at holding here, Marko. But how can he hold up against the number 2 in China? So I think got to be pretty well known. Now Marko outtanks Bobo and Bobo makes the retreat. So 3 war factories there. Bobo already expanded to his bottom right. Top left, no expansion just yet from Marko. A little bit too exposed for him to be expanding at the moment. So this is all he has left, and he does have refineries on it. Using the paradox once again for fodder. Bobo retreats. Nice. I think Ryan doesn't definitely still go through there. And there you go, the MCB is moved on to its bottom right for Bobo. Oh, minor count. Oops. 4, 5, 6, 7. But 7 minus for Marko. Bobo is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 each. Bobo is about to get an 8th anyway. I think Marko is about to get an 8 as well, yep. So got 4 factories and 3 more factories, sorry, on the right hand side. There you go, that's the 8th minor. And that's the 8th minor as well. This is pretty smooth, yeah, but according to Marko, it's stuttering just a little bit. I think Bobo has good internet as well, so it might depend on their internet. Ooh, engagement on their bottom right hand side. Central guns up for Bobo. Marko is sort of bashing himself into a corner here. I don't think this is good for Marko, but Bobo's a little bit hesitant to go all the way in. We got fodder coming out from the barracks for Marko. Does he have the Marko to do this? He snipes them one by one. No sentry guns for Bobo, and Bobo loses engagement as well, the bottom right. And Marko pinned to a corner. But he still pushes on because Bobo was a little bit hesitant to push forward, and he had that barracks nearby to spam out a bunch of fodder. But maybe he's scared. Maybe he's scared. I don't know. We'll see. But Marko pulls it back 1-all. So I hope Bobo knows that the maps that we're gonna play are CnC net maps. Like any iteration of any map will be CnC net maps. So the LD maps that we have. So stormy weather it is. Bobo on the bottom right hand side, and the top left side is Marko. So in some Friday night matches here, and so far we're having some absolute fucking barn burners at the moment. So stormy weather this time with NG Eat turned off. No NG Eat turned off, so dogs can eat their engineers or your opponent's engineers. We'll see how they play with this. Yeah, both players already sending a dog to guard the entry point and the oil. It's nice. Yep, sending one not working out. So in comes the engineers for both players down towards the middle. They have secured their corner oils. It looks like they will secure their mid oils as well. Okay, so no shenanigans here. Yep, I think we might see the exact same build here actually. Your predictions are closed. Yeah, they're closed. They're closed. I just checked them highlight. Thanks. I think I have like 12 people voting for Marko, but very small amounts, and like 3 people voting for Bobo, but very big amounts. So it's a immediate difference in what we're seeing here. Okay, so difference in build. Marko goes for a miner from the wall factory and second ref immediately by his own base. Bobo gets rid of the drone. Wait, was that a miner? It's on 4. I think that was a miner. Ah, I think that was a miner from Bobo. So Marko getting a miner droned. Sorry, Bobo getting a miner droned. And then Bobo's forced to kill it. Because there was just 4 miners now for Marko, and Bobo's on 3. So immediately radar up for Marko. Bobo's gonna push forward to his middle. And the drone goes into another rhino. Oh, there you go. What's up, Onizuka? Questionable map pick by Bobo? I don't know. I think he was maybe banking on the NGE thingy to maybe go in his way. Pushing down towards bottom left, Bobo. No sentry gun up from Marko. There's the sentry gun. So lab immediately out by Marko. Bobo's only on radar tech. Haven't seen a lab out yet. So Marko's gonna get that IC out earlier, most probably. There you go, there's the nuclear missile. Nuclear reactor. Bobo getting that all in the middle, nice. Oh fuck, sorry, wrong button. Excuse me, sorry. Fuck me, man, why do I keep pressing the wrong button? It's alright. I have a cough button that mutes my mic, but I keep pressing the sensor button instead. It's right beside each other. Alright. Is it music? It is on, just kind of soft. Alright, so I see out by Marko. His is about a minute earlier than Bobo's. Bobo does have a good position in mid though. Outcomes at naval yard for both players actually. I think we do have a squid each. I can't see it, unfortunately. No observer, no observer mode here, so you can't see it. But I can only guess that there is a squid out for both players. Bobo immediately selling his naval yard. Got a decimal in the tree there. That's nice. Marko pushing all the way through. Oh, that's a very risky engagement for Marko. Got a drone in for Marko as well. That is questionable. Questionable, but he pushes through. It's a bit even, but the drone might even things out. Looks like Marko does win it anyway. Oh boy, what an engagement there from Marko. It is very rare that you see. It is not encouraged for you to push through a choke point onto the other side, but Marko takes that engagement anyway, and he does push all the way through. A legend. Thank you very much for the gift sub. See. Nice, that's there from Bobo, and the IC gets popped. What is the target here? I think the target should be Bobo's IC. If you can get it, 10 seconds, 9 seconds. I don't think so. Bobo might be able to IC it. There you go, he ICs it. I think he might have IC'd. No, he doesn't. He IC'd one of Marko's rhinos. So good push there from Marko across the choke point to the other side. And that IC getting popped as well. Try to get Bobo's IC out of the way. Didn't work. I think that IC was on like 1 or 2 ticks of health. That's when Bobo was able to IC it, and he walls up immediately. Nice. So both players do spend their IC. Bobo defensively, Marko not quite. There's some squid on squid action there. Anybody hungry for some calamari? I am. Why did that sub thing not go on? I'll check that later, legend. But thank you for the gift sub. So Bobo Silver and oil in the middle. Marko has control of middle. I actually find that players don't actually go for their oil. I don't know why. For example, we've seen players kill the other side bridge, but they choose to ignore the oil. Maybe they have better things on their mind. But there's something that I do notice. Good, I see it's ready from both players here. Who is it going to be the first one to pop? Bobo is going to be the first one to pop. Marko, does he reply? He does reply. And Marko wants to buy as much time as he can. Is he going to target the MCV here? He absolutely is. MCV does get sold by Bobo. Marko not committing all of his rhinos as well. Targets the other one in the next war factory. Is he going to ult that war factory? No, he's not. So damage done by Marko. Is going to use the Desos to defend as well. And sitting behind the sentry gun. Very nicely. Oil subs hella cheap. It is currently September, but I think the September only applies to longer subs instead of gifted subs. But recently, I think a couple months ago, Twitch did lower the sub price. But unfortunately, they're being a little bitch about it, and it's gonna cut creator revenue to 50-50, and no longer, they're not gonna do 70-30 anymore for Twitch partners. Twitch, what are you doing, Twitch? So we've got Kira from both ends. Bobo with no MCV, so immediately he's on the back end here. Marko's trying to push it down towards the bottom. Bobo pushes along the top here. IC counter IC Bobo, nice with the split. But Marko does get an IC off anyway. What can he do with this? The IC from Marko goes down, but the elite down towards the bottom. It does snap a couple of miners, but Marko kind of forgot about it. And the split along the top as well from Bobo does not get any damage down. But I think the miner count here is the bigger factor for Marko. He wants to get the miners down. He snap off that eco as he sees fit. That Kira from Bobo does take that oil down bottom left. Uh-oh. Go through. So Kira from Bobo bottom left does get does take out that oil. So Bobo doing one with all remaining here. Split along the top here. I think this is bad pathing from the rhinos. Kind of TT them away. Took off flags coming from both players as well. The flag doesn't get the IC, the clear up, sorry. Marko playing time? Yeah, I think Marko's playing time. Like, he rebuilds that IC after he gets destroyed. He's buying time for his IC, and he knows that Bobo's IC is incoming as well. Which is why he's sort of holding off here. We got Engineer on the middle island for Bobo. Where is he going to push through? He does have an IC ready. He's definitely going to prep for all 9. He does prep for all 9. He does get IC'd. No Ivan here to kill the bridge. And nice from Bobo. He pushes onto the left side. So Marko tries to be on the other side. And now Marko's forced to take that engagement. In comes a Kirov. Now Elite coming out for Bobo. Marko's Rhinos are in shambles. Down they go. And Marko calls GG. Nice from Marko. Down they go. And Bobo takes his second game on the board. 2-1. I think even now, my YouTube channel is like 600, close to 700 subs. Iva started way later than me and just skyrocketed through. Like they do the marketing themselves so good, and because of Blitz, it's very noob friendly as well. Yeah, exactly that route. Okay, game number 4. Sakura to CnC. I mean, he did try to move on to CnC rivals, right? Which I don't know who the fuck plays that shitty game. Pie Crush. I don't know. I never got the appeal for rivals. It's not a CnC game at all. It's just a CnC based mobile game. There he is. All right, thin ice. I don't think good thumbnails is the key. It does help for one, but it's not the be all end all of everything. Content matters as well. Can make more money on rivals in one day than 1 year. Yeah. Of course, it's all about the money for you, right, Mike? That's all you care about. Yeah, it's not about the thumbnails purely on YouTube. It's content matters as well. When Blitz started taking off on Twitch, because it was so noob friendly, and I was so accommodating to noobs. Ooh, nice drone defense. That's when people started going from YouTube to Twitch and everything else. Same with Brian. Like he blows up with FFGs on YouTube, and because it was so noob friendly, he sort of just pushed his viewers from YouTube onto Twitch. Ooh, okay, nice. So no drones in. Marko has one more drone, and he does go into the miner. Nice. Some donation is seen on rivals and many events. I guess so. It's just a shame that it's a shit game, bro. I don't know. I don't feel the bigness on rivals. Okay, Bobo pushing out to the top right. The miner is definitely gonna die. And down it goes. Nice from Bobo. Bobo gets a miner drone into Marko and it pushes it onto its top right. Bobo does defend, but Marko pushing down to his bottom left. CnC does get sold. Top right, Bobo gets the power out. So Marko's currently on, no, it's not on low power. And he does sell his MCV down top right as well. I didn't say Blitz is for noobs, I said Blitz is noob friendly. So it is very friendly for noobs, unlike other games like SFJ where it's not noob friendly at all. So both players losing their MCV at the start of the game here. Marko, Bobo both on one war factory, sorry. And Marko didn't get a refiner on the gems, neither did Bobo. But Blitz is not harder than normal UAs now. Blitz is definitely not harder. Blitz is just a small segment of the entire CnC or Yuri's Revenge world. It just helps you in close combat situations, but in the long game, I guarantee you if you bring the top Blitz players over from Blitz players into the long game, they'll definitely get wipes. Because Blitz only prepares you for the sort of the mid to short range game, but going the longer route, it is definitely a lot different. Engagement by towards the bottom left, and Marko taking a few rhinos out, further down towards the bottom though. Marko out tanked once again, but Bobo's on the retreat. Bobo on the retreat. We got reinforcements coming in from both ends, so Marko can't stick around for too long. And he does not. Bobo pulls away to wait for reinforcements as well. And down to the last 2 miners for Marko, just a 1 singular miner for Bobo. So Marko way behind on rhino numbers here. A little bit hard for him to push through. Bobo's a little bit hesitant once again. This is a case where similar on Montana DMZ, where Bobo was out tanking Marko and Marko was in a bad position, but Bobo a little bit hesitant to push forward. He doesn't have any fodder as well. That's the next thing that's a little bit worry for him. Woody on Blitz. Woody, people say that Woody's not the best on Blitz simply because he got beat by Tien. But again, Blitz is only a small segment of the entire competitive world in Youth Revenge, so it is not a... I don't think it's a good representation of how good someone is. Walking engineer along the top. Bobo sees it, plays a couple of connies there. Alright, so Marko's way far behind. Both players not doing good in eco. Marko looking to snipe one of the miners here from Bobo. Yeah, and Blitz is not a thing. I mean, barely any mods are a thing in China. Long distance mining the gems, it's good. And I like Marko's positioning here. He's denying Bobo the gems. It's kind of threatening his way through. Yeah, I did try to convince Woody to come and play Blitz as well, but convince Kyo as well, but they're not interested. Yeah, they're literally diehard TRG supporters. Split from Bobo, 4 randos on the top right. Gets that barracks out the way. And now because Bobo was a little bit hesitant when he was out tanking Marko earlier on, Marko is sort of catching up now. Marko has good eco. Bobo a little bit struggling. He is using the service able to repair though. That's the thing. Can I count the rhinos? No, I'm not gonna count the rhinos. So Bobo preparing for a split because he out-tanked Marko. Marko did catch up, but not by too much. I think Bobo's still ahead by maybe a handful of rhinos. Oh no, engineer dies. They don't have a Chinese equivalent of Ivor, that is very true. Impressive Marko hasn't lost yet. I think just Bobo being way too cautious here. We're coming up to 7.5 minutes. Tonight's games don't usually go for this long. I don't know whether Bobo's being cautious or he's just scared of Marko's micro, but maybe he's forcing Marko to push forward here. He's pulling in a miner, that miner gets hugged and the miner goes down. But in the same process, Marko does lose maybe 1 too many rhinos. A good tackle from Bobo and it goes in again. This is tough, man. This is tough. Seems like Marko evened out the rhino numbers here. Marko definitely evened out the rhino numbers there. Bobo has been selling that barracks. Doesn't need the fodder anymore. He moves because it's called tank control. It's hard to determine what tank control actually is. There's certain do's and don'ts, but I mean, in terms of engagement, whether you move, whether you don't move, I've seen players lose when they move. I've seen players lose when they don't move. So it's a bit weird, but in general, you do want to ball them up together. So I think Bobo did a much better job in balling the rhinos together. Marko was a little bit more spread out. This means that Bobo was able to snipe a couple of rhinos here and there. Connor's coming for Bobo. This is some very high level stuff here, guys. Look at them poking in and out, trying to move forward, left, right, center, and forcing them to an engagement. Oh, Marko's not microing the back end of his rhinos. He's not targeting the right place here. Elite coming up for Bobo. Elite goes down, but Marko goes through. Marko goes right through in that engagement of his bottom left. And down goes Bobo in one big tank engagement, and 2-all is the score. What a comeback from Marko there. After being down and out way early on, he pushes through 2-all. Okay, game number 5. We're almost an hour in, and we're only up to game number 5 here. So, Tiburon is the next map, picked by Bobo. Interestingly enough, Tiburon is not a map that is in Ramble Play, so I believe that maybe tells me that Bobo, someone correct me, is Bobo is 85, Bobo is known as 85 all night long. Is he really active on Ramble Play? I don't know if he is. I believe he is, so just saying that he doesn't pick Tiburon. I don't know whether Tiburon is in Ramble QM. I don't think it is. He was, so saying that he's not. Only serious versus Andy. A certain someone told me. Alright, give me a moment. Okay, sorry. A certain someone, he played first days of this year. Okay, so he's not that active. A certain birdie told me that when Marko was playing Andy a couple days ago on High Access stream, he wasn't interested in playing because he already played. He already played another series that day versus another Chinese player, so he wasn't that interested. But the thought of him slapping Andy was a very intriguing thought, which is why he agreed to it anyway. I think that was what someone told me. Alright, drone in for Marko into Bobo. Bobo's drone still waiting. You want 94 that day? Yes, yes. 94 is ZXCV. Is it? I don't remember. Marko is in his early 30s. What the fuck? Where's the second drone going? Finally, the drone goes in. Okay, yeah, it is ZXCV. I think ZXCV was the one that knocked him out in that tournament as well, right? So, a bit of revenge for Marko. So, double drone from Marko, and the double drone does go in. Fortunately, no minus are the casualties here. Got 5 minus from Bobo, 6 one about to come out here, 7 coming out already. Marko 4, 5, 6, I think 7 maybe coming out here. There's this drone from Bobo waiting as well. Pulling a Zane. I remember when Zane versus ZXCV was a big thing. And the lag was horrendous. Again, before FC Asia, guys. You tell him path. Exactly. Again, I'd just like to remind everyone on stream and in chat and the hundreds watching back home when this becomes a YouTube video. This Showmatch was made possible by FC Asia, the #1 tunnel service in CnC Net. It's been marked as official under the CnC Net client. So if you see any FC tunnels on the CnC Net server, you will know that it'll definitely be working, and very rarely does it shut down or gets closed for maintenance. It is 100% run and funded by FC, so if you'd like to donate and help out in the cause of keeping CnC Net alive, not really keeping CnC Net alive, but keeping the FC tunnels alive, it'll be greatly appreciated. Just approach any FC member, Kane, myself, Mattison, or Hotwire, and we'll be able to keep this tunnel alive. Okay, sponsor side went over. 3, 7, 9, 10. 10 minus for Bobo. He hasn't moved his MCV, but he has 4 factories. Marko has 4 as well. This build from Marko is really nice. He pushes up forward onto his mid as well for that MCV positioning for the gems. What did I do wrong? No. I just mentioned your name because you're an FC guy. So again, you might be wondering, I think Gino pointed this out to me one time. You might be wondering why Marko plays his through finding so far away from gems. That's because he has 3 miners on this. Probably 1 miner will go back and dump while the other 2 will finish up the rest of the gems. So instead of building another refinery here and then another refinery here, he just pushes 3 miners here, so it'll be hoovered up with maybe 4 to 5 dumps, and then they can move on to the gold patch. Alright, we see both players inching for an engagement down towards the middle. Fodder is being pushed through. They're going on to the trees now. Marko does have a nearby wall factory, so reinforcements will be available on his end. Bobo coming in with some reinforcements as well. This is why Marko wanted to move towards middle. And now Marko's out tank. He has to be really careful here. We got Fodder coming in for Marko as well from both players. Marko gonna be the second one to retreat in that engagement. This is why moving towards middle is so beneficial for Marko. Having reinforcements nearby for that nearby forward wall factory, is so crucial. If that wall factory wasn't there, he would have lost an engagement. You need to understand that. And the refinery is being targeted. Down it goes. So no efficient refinery for the 5 miners on that patch. And Marko moving his MCV very aggressively on the other side of the bridge. Yeah, I know, right, Saturday. This Marko guy is pretty good. I don't know where the fuck he came from. He's pretty good with this build. Very aggressive build right from the start. Immediately a Barrett's coming out here for some close combat fodder. This is one of the things that I really love about Marko. His build is so good, so aggressive. He pushes way forward. I don't know how he's pushing back here. He has to push back though because there's a split down towards the left side of his base. But Rhino's coming in, Elite coming out. He still has to be wary of this front attack though by Bobo, and looks like Bobo does attack Marko in that sense. Any surgical gun attack from Marko. Bobo's a little bit hesitant again with the tank control. Very hesitant. Lost maybe 1 too many Rhinos than he would like to lose. It looks like Marko does lose that fight anyway. MCV and Barrett's in trouble. The Elite from Bobo around the back, which I unfortunately missed, but not too much has been lost here. I think 2 miners got sniped. And now the MCV does get sold, forces that sell. Bobo MCV still there, it's still available. He did rebuild another refinery. So very nice plays out of both players. Marko's risk of going across that bridge maybe doesn't work as well as he thought, but what an engagement there across that bridge from Marko once again. Being the risky one, pushing all the way forward, and now through the trees. It's gonna be really hard for him to control his tanks. But after losing that engagement, I don't think he can come back from this alive. Bobo attacking him pretty hard there, and there you go. Down they go, and it's gonna be 3-2. Bobo takes the lead once again. I know Bobo likes to who's that man? Legend just keep to himself. I know it's kind of a legend, man. He's kind of a legend. Alright. I go visit Marko to get my own faction. Boy. Hey, yep, I did see that guy. Thank you very much. I don't think can they view Twitch without VPN? I don't know. Anyway, so all the Chinese viewers that are in here, this is proof that CnC can work with Chinese players. FC Asia is the best one. It's not. I get a free VPN lifeline. Okay. It's not as close to Rambo speeds, but it is definitely a lot better. I think the only difference here is the difference in gameplay. I think, yeah. Like there's a very significant difference between Rambo play and what you call it, and CnC Net's RA2. Mainly CnC Net RA2 is the mod of Use Revenge, because RA2 gave a lot of bugs when they're working with CnC Net. So I think the dev team just decided to mod Use Revenge for RA2. Meanwhile, I think Rambo play does have the original RA2. Nice from Marko. Gets a drone in anyway. And looks like Bobo did get a drone in. Yep. Service people already ready. Marko needs support friend. Oh no, Bobo loses that miner. Oh, he saved it. I swear to God, he was gonna lose that. One tick of health. Lucky. Where is that? Is he gonna do what I think he's gonna do? He is. Marko gonna send one miner down towards mid to long distance some gems. A little bit of a boost there. I see Bobo going broke. I mean, Marko going broke as well. But immediately going back onto get eco. So one drone available for Marko in mid. 2 miners down towards middle. 2 miners now towards middle. I copy Marko's long distance miner. I guess it does work. Depending if your opponent has any early rhino fodder, right? Like if your opponent has some early rhinos, maybe not the best idea to long distance mine in mid. It might be that Marko realizes that Bobo doesn't have a scout in mid as well. But yeah, this is very risky for Marko. Sending 3 miners. At the currently, it's paying off very, very well because Bobo's not pressuring these miners at all. Only now does he pushing down to its middle. And that's why Marko will just piece the hell out of his miners. Well, he should be piecing the hell out of his miners. Marko. Oh, nice drone. Nice drone defense. Yep. Marko, very risky taker here. Marko's been taking a lot of risk here. Look at his build all the way to his top left as well. This is where Bobo is heading with his build. Got 4 factories, 4 factories. Bobo spinning on the right hand side. Marko does see it. Yeah, exactly. I don't know where he's getting his crazy ideas from. He's being, maybe he's talking a little bit too much with Kane. So, incoming both 2 splits here from Bobo. Right and the left side. Marko should be moving rhinos from middle to left side, right side. Bobo pushing through Marko. He does micro it. And he will win that fight on the left side. Bobo out-tanking once, Bobo out-tanked once again here. As he did on the right hand side. Bobo losing that split on the right. It's really not the best thing there. Marko's still gonna be able to finish up the gems in middle. This is very risky, and for I think Marko might have caught on that Bobo being a little bit too cautious in his gameplay. There are times when you would think that Bobo would actually push forward through and capitalize on an instance where Marko was out-tanked, he was pushing the corner. Like on DMZ, he was pushing that corner down to his bottom right, but Bobo didn't really push in through. And on Tiburon as well, when Marko was out-tanked, Bobo a little bit cautious. You know, he was out-tanked like 3 rhinos as well. It wasn't just like 1 or 2 rhinos, it was like 3 or 4 rhinos, and he was still a little bit cautious. And maybe Bobo picked up on that gameplay. Sorry, maybe Marko picked up on that, and now he's adapting his gameplay accordingly, which is what we love to see from these high-level players. So engaging on that top left-hand side here, Bobo with a lot of concerts coming on nearby. Marko does have Desos available with a handful of sentry guns as well. Bear in mind, Bobo only has these 2 all patches left because Marko has built all the way to his top left, which means that he won't be able to get these top left gems. He'll be only able to move down to his bottom right as his only option. Desos non-deployed, doing lots of damage. Bobo with some horrible tank control. Deso does get deployed anyway, and Bobo will not see the end of this game.
Player defeated.
There we go. Marko again going back and forth here. 3-3 is the score currently. What a fucking barn burner, bro. Alright, we're on to game number 7 here in this absolute fucking barn burner of a game. Fucking insane, man. Marko with that build down to its top right hand side. I think we're sort of full at 27. Who in their right mind would think or would risk sending 3 miners, not even 1 or 2 miners, you know? People usually go like 1 or 2 miners. You went 3 fucking miners down towards the middle. And Bobo again, way too cautious. I don't know whether he's scared or something. Someone did tell me that Bobo was kind of scared of Marko, so maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. But NGE's going on. Oh, insane NGE there down towards the top side. Left side, Marko does get it, and Bobo does get his 2 oils. So Marko down on 1 oil at the moment, not the worst thing in the world. Getting the forward gems as well, that's nice. These fucking dogs, man. Oh my god. And that engineer is not going to be able to get there in time. So a drone is in effect. So Marko lacking 1 oil at the moment. That drone's going to die. Oh, sorry. That engineer's going to die. Oh, that drone killed a dog instead of a rhino. So flak is in play here. Oh, but down it goes. Down goes the engineer. Marko's going to have to make another engineer here, and he does. But there's a rhino available already. Buy that oil. Drone doesn't go in anywhere. Bobo goes 0. Another drone coming in here for Bobo. Marko already on 2 rhinos. Same with Bobo. And he's gonna be distracted to take that oil. Very nice. He does grab that oil. But I think Bobo's gonna kill it anyway. But good $1,000 bonus right at the start there, I think. So even though Marko did lose that oil, not the worst thing in the world. He did get that $1,000 bonus from that oil. But the wealth in gems there, I think, is the worst thing here for Marko. Bobo only getting that second gem patch about now, and in comes Bobo down towards the top right hand side. Marko going with another engineer. But Marko's a little bit distracted. There's double drones on the field for Bobo. In goes that engineer. So that double drone will immediately counter the flak NG. I think Bobo does see the flak NG as well. Oh, Bobo targeting. Drones on... Both drones on low health. This is why you want to garrison the building, guys. If you don't garrison the buildings, the drones will be able to take free reign onto wherever you go. Ooh, looks like the drone did go into one of the flags. So not today, says Bobo, with that flak NG. So Marko losing maybe a little bit too much money here, and he sells his MCV on 2 war factories. He does not have an efficient refinery afterwards. So Bobo's selling his MCV as well, but he does have an efficient refinery. So lead currently does go towards Bobo. Marko behind in terms of eco, and definitely in terms of the long game eco here. There's no refinery down at the back. The only refinery is here at the front, so ideally the only place that you can mine is the gems there. It's gonna bring the miners forward anyway. Bobo looking to capitalize on that, and I don't think Marko's gonna get out of this engagement alive. Yep, most definitely Bobo winning this game pretty convincingly with that early NG eats along the top side, and he regains the lead at this stage, 4-3. Fucking thrilling series here, boys. We're number 8 in the best of 15, and we're on to Pirate Bay. Pirate Bay kind of an underrated map, to be honest. It's a great fucking map. And again, with the gems, so it's the middle is another thing as well. Interestingly, just to point this out, you can... What is this? Okay, thought it was single. You can build down towards the middle if you're the right-sided player. From this paradrop, you can make a barracks. And you can place a refinery tucked in neatly under this cliff. And that's where you can... Nice. That's where you can build a refinery down towards the middle if you're the right-sided player. I think I've seen that happen in Armageddon. That's where I was first introduced to this build. It's a very risky build because they're gonna commit a barracks and a refinery. But I think in terms of those gems, might be worth it. Might be worth it. If you're a left-sided player, you're gonna get cock blocked by the fucking trees there, so no point. No point gonna go. No point to build down anyway. I don't think there's a space for you to build a refinery anyway here. So we'll see how that goes. Drone's gonna do a little high five to come to its mid. And the drone goes in immediately. It's weird to say that Marko's weakness is splits, right? Because the guy can micro like no one else. He gets through. Drones at Rhino because Bobo goes 0. Go repair on that. Sorry, I think Bobo went 1, sorry, not 0. I think they literally have the exact same build here. Marko pushing down towards the middle. Sentry gun goes down. I think wants to get that pair drop out of the way. Nice hidden sentry gun by Bobo. And Bobo pushing down to the top left. Pair drop down on top left. The rhinos are contemplating where they're gonna go. Pair drop goes down and the oil is looking to be next. Pair drop top left does take out that power, but easily dealt by the rhinos. And I don't think that oil is gonna die anytime soon. Yep, it does get squashed. So only the pair drop goes down. Just useful. It's something that Marko doesn't need to worry about. Coming into as a later game. So I've got 2 more factories each. But 3 mines for Marko, Bobo's on 4, I think. Yep, and a radar. There's a 4th. Pair drop top right, this is where Bobo will have to pay a little bit more attention. Taking a handful of rhinos down towards the middle side here, Bobo. Top right, pair drop does get ignored. Is he gonna send a miner there? Is he gonna send a deso? Bobo's already on lab tech. Pushing it out towards the middle. Gets rid of that pair drop and the sentry gun in the middle. And but that gives an opportunity for Marko. Oh, looks like the oil goes down anyway. The deso did not get there in time. Marko making a wild chase here around top right. Is he gonna snap a couple of mines before he goes? He does not have the opportunity to do so. Is he gonna snipe the war factory though? Oh, but look at this. Another spec coming from Marko. Bobo's forced to sell the war factory and the power. And Marko snipes 1 miner out the way. The lab does get sold, but the IC is now up for Bobo. So Marko on a ticking timer here. He needs to reply with his own IC or take out that IC as soon as he can. He is going on radar tech. I don't know if the lab is coming out soon, but I think Bobo might be able to get his IC popped off before Marko can get his IC even built at the moment. Yep, out comes the lab. We'll need a nuclear reactor next and then that IC. And the lab did get sold, so the naval yard option not the thing for Bobo at the moment. No lab means no squid. Marko does have a naval yard. Is he gonna go dread here? Simply because Bobo doesn't have a naval yard, but we've seen Bobo actually build a naval yard, build a squid or something, and then selling it. Then selling that naval yard, maybe to just confuse Marko a little bit here. So I see ready in 30 seconds. It's gonna get pop along the top. Marko already prepping for it. He's gonna push forward all the way here. Nice engagement, snap a couple of rhinos, and then deploys the deso. So good damage done onto that IC, and finally Bobo hops his IC off. Marko's gonna run away with the miners as well, but that one single miner not really running away. Snaps 1 miner, Bobo pushing it out towards the middle as well. So Marko saves 2 miners, but the dread is already out here. Takes out an oil. Is there a squid from Bobo? Looks like he did not make a squid in time. Only now does he make a naval yard for the sub. Marko's not going to be able to get a dread across. So $2,000 for that 1 oil. Was it worth it? I don't think so. Maybe it goes down to the longer game. He might be able to make it worth. But Marko has a squid on the field, or rather in the water as well. IC ready for Marko. Can he make this IC as devastating as Bobo's was? But we're gonna push forward again. So whenever someone has an IC, you want to push forward because you don't want that IC anywhere near your base. But I think Bobo might have pushed in a little bit too far here. What is the target from Marko? Is he gonna go for the IC? Is he gonna go for the miners? Bobo walling up his IC. Is he gonna aim for the miners here, Marko? Snipes 1. The second one does not get sniped. Bobo disconnected. I think he left the lobby there. So snipes 2 miners. Sorry, 1 miner actually. And a handful of rhinos. Now Bobo's IC is ready along the top, but I think he's gonna pop it off here instead. Yeah, so coming in forward. And 4 rhinos IC along the top there. Once again from Bobo. The miners are being pulled away, but I think that miner might go down. It absolutely is. Marko turning around, combining both of his splits now into one. Bobo uses his opportunity to push down towards the middle. Marko not going to overcommit along the top. And he does go down towards the bottom. Morrison minus getting sniped here. Bobo so far ahead here. He's being the aggressor in all shapes and forms here. And now Bobo comes in again with another split along the top. Marko sacrifices a couple rhinos. He's gonna go for this trade, I think. That's so available for Marko. Elite along the top here for Bobo. Where's the drones from Marko? Elite coming up from Marko as well on their right hand side. Does Marko have the drones? He's still making rhinos. MCV does get sold. The drones are out here for Bobo. Marko. Does he have the drones? We got no drones from Marko. IC is getting targeted. Bobo's IC goes down. Marko's IC is gonna go down as well. It looks like Marko did pop his IC off before the IC went down. He only got off on one rhino though. It looks like the drones will be able to get rid of the rest of Marko's rhinos. So power gets sold. So Bobo's now on low power. But Marko with that MCV. Bobo has 5k in the bank. Marko has a bit of gold left. But he is severely out-tanked at this stage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rhinos. 6 rhinos compared to Bobo's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 rhinos, sorry. Oh, 1 miner available. Drones are there. So he should be able to get it off really quickly. But Bobo's now permanently stuck on low power. Yeah, I think he did a great job there in taking out that nuclear reactor. Bobo's not gonna mind the middle gems. Even though he already has 5k in the bank. Something else. If Marko can get a dread out, that'll be good, but I think it's a little bit too much of a commitment. It's $2,000 for the lab, $1,000 for the naval yard, and another $2,000 for the dread itself. But Bobo rebuilds his MCV. He knows he needs the power. And he knows that Marko's far behind, so he does have the lead. He has enough of a lead to spend time to make an MCV instead. Yeah, yeah, I do think that dread being lost was a little bit of an oopsie. Also, how Pirate Bay is situated, I guess, is good in the sense that naval isn't really superior here. There is a choke point where rhinos can hit it. Right, so Bobo rebuilds that power. Marko pulls in a miner as well along the top, squashes the conscripts. Bobo commits a couple more rhinos along the top. That means that Marko's gonna be able to push on towards the bottom as well. The forward as well for Marko along the top. He has to be really careful here. Where are the two flags? Where are the two flags there? What did he make flag? I guess we're dreads. So visible about to go down. There's tons of fodder for Marko. 4 rhinos here, not really working for Bobo at the moment. He commits even more rhinos on towards the top. Looks like the lead that he had to make that MTV, was it worth it for the nuclear reactor? Maybe he was better off just staying low power and continuing to build the rhinos. Who knows? It's now broke as well. Marko on broke as well. Good, that's what that from Bobo is gonna push all the way through that radiation, pushing along the top as well. This is Bobo's game to lose, and Marko being the aggressor in this case, and it's working so well for him that IC is up as well for 1 minute. Is it gonna be popped up beforehand? Bobo has to beware of his tank control from both sides here. Marko microing still, but he waypointed along the top for those rhinos, and down it goes. Marko with an insane fucking comeback after Bobo demolished him right at the mid-stage of the game there. We're going back and forth, you boys. It is drawn once again. Marko not serious and Bobo is playing with one hand. Oh dear. I'm sure both of these guys are trying their absolute heart out to win this game. It's $70, dude. That's a lot of money. It's coming from my pocket as well. Damn. Hopefully the Twitch payout is what. Alright, so we're on Divide Freeze. Alright, so are you advertising on my fucking Twitch chat? Get out of here. I'm advertising my Twitch chat. Marko on 1%? Maybe. So Marko's starting on top right here. There's a wall down for Bobo down towards bottom right, and he's doing his trademark Connie Rush on that right side. No, I'm just kidding, Hayaks. But yeah, don't do it. Trademark corner rush on that right hand side. There's a wall there, so Bobo, there's a blue dog. Yep, Marko should be scouted by now. So he should be getting a rhino up, and Marko getting a first refine down top left as well. It's gonna go 0 here, kill a wall, and that's when it's gonna push with the Connies. Go to a drone first though. We've seen this build again from one of the Chinese players. War Factory here means that miners will be a lot more efficient coming up from the War Factory. And there comes the 0 Rhino. I don't know if Bobo is scouted down towards the right side. I think he has. So it's gonna have some sentry guns up, which Connies are a direct counter of it. Should be easily dealt with. Nice drone defense there from Bobo. And then comes 2 rhinos on that right hand channel. 3 or 2 rhinos actually. That wall is gonna go down. Connies are immediately gonna be attacking that oil. And that's that oil loss from Bobo. Not a good start here for Bobo. Immediately losing that oil down towards the bottom right. It might be a about $2,000 worth of Connies there, but it absolutely makes it worth it. Rejecting that gold from Bobo, and Marko getting a miner drone down on top left. And Bobo getting a second miner drone. And Bobo filling up 2 rhinos onto the top left as well. Killed that miner, sorry. Oh, cliff bug. Get him out of sentry guns. Marko's committing to defend this miner. Miner goes down anyway. But it did manage to bank. So not the worst damage out by the worst thing in the world, losing 1 miner. Tell you what, the 2 high level matches also means that these guys won't be in QM, so I reckon a bunch of people are in QM right now not wanting to face Marko, Legend or Andy in QM. So I guess we should do this more, huh? To prevent them from going into QM. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus for Bobo. Marko 2, 5, 5 minus. It's a 2 miner lead for Bobo at the moment. Oh, that's because Marko went 0 right at the start. Marko's gonna get a 6, I think, up here, and maybe rebuild his refinery on top left. Oh, excuse me. Steve. Yeah, it is really close. He wants Marko to farm his top 3 on ramp. Oh well. Well, if Marko beats Bobo here and Kyo's worse than Bobo, does this mean that Marko is better than Kyo? I mean, we had a Showmatch on Rambo, right? It didn't go too well for Marko. It wasn't his best day. But this I can tell, Bobo definitely trying his all here. So I got 4 factories each. 82 for Kyo, yeah, exactly. And 4 factories, yeah, 4 factories each. Marko about to get another refinery up. But I think in the later game, this is where the game deciding factor might be for Bobo, simply because he doesn't have that oil for constant money production. And he's rejected this amount of oil, so he's gonna have to move his MCV, which is not gonna be good for him. Nice drone bait. Another War Factory out. That's his 5th for Marko. Yeah, Bobo on 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus now for Marko. That's a 5th. And he moves his MCV as expected. When he has to move his MCV, else he'll be completely broke. And Bobo just scouting for drones here down towards the bottom right. And Marko, yep, does have a drone. Alright, okay, sounds like a good idea. But the big money sponsors are from the, no offense to the Chinese people, but from the Westerners, right? They love to see show matches there. Alright, so Bobo making the right move here, moving his MCV down towards the bottom right, which is where he was denied that ore. The drone does not get there in time, but attack control from Bobo though. Attack control from Bobo on that cliff. Horrible tank control from Bobo. He was out tanking Marko too, so that horrible tank control flattens out the score here. And reinforcements from Marko in middle, reinforces it, and for the first time, Marko takes the lead in one crucial error from Bobo. And I think that error was for Bobo's tank control, and because Marko denied that oil onto his bottom right, forcing Bobo to move his MCV. And for the first time in this series, Marko takes the lead, 5-4. No worries, Lloyd, no worries. Alright, sponsor segment time. This show match is brought to you by FC Asia, the #1 tunnel in connecting the Chinese players to the rest of the world. It worked well for Woody, the #1 player in the world, and it is working well for Bobo, here the #2 player in the Chinese scene. Minimal lag, not zero lag, but minimal lag in general here. Both players are receiving it pretty well. And with the new update to CnC client, where you can just type in /framesenrate4, it will give you much lesser delay in terms of clicking units and moving units around. So if you'd like to contribute to the FC tunnels, being FC EU and FC Asia, feel free to approach any FC member, and we will make your donations count, because the FC tunnels are 100% run by FC. We are 100% funding it, so the cost each month is about £100, so it is a pretty hefty thing, but it is definitely worth it for the viewers, for the players, and this is amazing. Who is #1? #1 is Woody. Yeah. Woody dominated on the RA2 ladder and the UE's ladder when he was playing Bobo. Nice drone. Second drone from Marko? No. Yep, this is second drone. Oh, nice. Bobo, nice targeting there. And double drone from Bobo, still waiting to go in. Yeah, I don't know where Matt went. I'm finishing my service soon, so I am trying to get more show matches up. But and again, it's a little bit hard for me because I'm not the I don't have that much money in my bank account, so I can only sponsor so much. Today is an exception because we want to show the Chinese players that FC Asia does work well. So I was a little bit more than willing to fork out $70 from my wallets. But on a usual day, I would typically sponsor like a better 15, give it $30. That's more than enough. Yeah, in terms of intermediate show matches, I have been trying to get more of the sort of rank 10 and below show matches up, that being A class, like your Ludowigs, your V-dubs, your VWW, your Carissa's, your Sanders. I think Matt has a like standing contract with Sander at the moment, so like he has been doing so many show matches for Sander. But for in terms of B and C class, yeah, that hasn't been much. Ooh, Marko sang his MCV pretty early on here, 2 off factories. And 4 minus. Bobo getting a 3rd wall factory up. Is he gonna sell then? Maybe not. Maybe not. There we go, that's a sell. So Marko selling way early here. Bobo getting a 3rd wall factory up and then selling. He is pushing forward here, and fodder is being left behind from Marko. Bobo on the chase. Marko looking to snipe a couple minutes off beforehand. He does snipe 1, he does snipe 2. But does he survive this onslaught though from Bobo? He's constantly going back here. He's on the move as well, so he's not gonna be able to micro. Looks like he is just running the rhinos around town to buy him some time. But 2 minus snipe there. Bobo left with 3 minus. Marko on the 4 minus. He's on 3 as well. So it evens it up. But Marko kind of just... Oof. Marko kind of just threw it away there. So 5-5. Bobo getting back the lead on his map pick. Marko, bad play there. Let's go lakeside. Oh, I forgot to do the spots. Oops. It's alright. They'll play it anyway. Yeah, it's not ideal spots. I think ideal spots will be top left, bottom right, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, let's go lakeside, top right, bottom left. What is this build from Bobo? Where are you going? Why is that barracks there? Ah! Am I seeing things there? Marko's building on the left so he can build the refinery down, it's fine. But Bobo, there's no ore here, buddy. Where are you building? Super dog! Super dog! Super dog! As my voice cut out from my mic peaking. Super fucking dog from Marko. Gets rid of 2 dogs and the engineer. Fucking pog. Yeah, it is on. Just to accommodate Bobo. So in comes that flak. Marko does have a drone ready just to deny the thing even more. I think he might even wait for the flag to deploy actually. Second drone coming in now. For whatever comes out of it. Yeah, it does kill the engineer and the flag and the conscript. Bobo in fucking shambles. And Marko going 0 straight out the bat here. Making Bobo pay for once in his life. Marko saw how Bobo absolutely boboned legend, and now Marko's like, nah, I want a piece of that. I'm gonna bobone you. And the drone gets in as well. And the drone gets in another miner. Bobo losing 2 miners straight out the bat here. A third miner is going to get lost as well. He's on $0. He's not gonna survive this at all. Marko coming in with even more rhinos throughout the bat. 7 Zippo is out, but you can't do much about that. The Finnish legend going through to China to conquer whatever he sees on the lakeside plateaus. And Bobo says, I do not want any of this. Marko in the lead once again, 6-5 in his first 2-8s. What a play there. What a play. Marko saw how Bobo abused him with the NG eat on fucking Golden State Freeway, and he said, fuck no, I'm gonna do this back to you. How does this fucking feel? Also, like, the thing of intermediate show matches, I saw that you were doing a lot of intermediate show matches, so I didn't want to like step on your foot or anything, or like take over whatever you were doing. Cause it kind of seemed like what I was. It might look that way if I saw it in intermediate show matches as well. So I didn't want to step on your foot because you seem to have a monopoly over those. Players are actually going up to you to do intermediate show matches. It's just nice to see. Alright, country swing original. No funny shenanigans on the top right and bottom left. Thank you, Sander. Thank you. No gem situation top right bottom left, and it's gonna be a straight up choke point fest down to its top bottom left and middle. Alright, bro. Thanks for letting me know, man. I don't have mats around. I want to do the UAT list after this. Start even more shit, bro. Start even more shit. Right, so Marko, War Factory moving, War Factory moving, MCB moving straight after the War Factory. Bobo's gonna build. I guess it's better for the top side to build. Bottom, you're gonna have to go through a lot of buildings. It's not the worst thing in the world. Drone in. Can I catch that drone? There you go. Oh, beat. Catch the drone. There you go. Visible preemptively out. Alright, that's why guys in your buildings. Drones on 1 hit now. How about 1.5 hit? And down you go. This is not the CSQM version. This is the original It's a Rebel play QM, yeah. It's original. So Bobo baiting that drone, and then moving some MCV, bait that drone in, and then he sent his MCV for repair. He's not repairing it though. Might be I mean something to note here, Marko. If Marko notices that the MCV is not repaired, he might be able to die for it. Yeah, I've seen. I don't like the bait in general, because one, it wastes time. Two, it's gonna cost money for you to rebuild. I mean, you're better off baiting a Rhino or something else instead of your freaking MCV, because MCV is kind of an important building to have. So again, Bobo's still not repairing that MCV. Marko's making a build towards the middle now. Test. What do you want to test here? So 3 more factories to 2. Bobo building down that down the road as well. Marko definitely gonna get the better positioning here in middle, which is why he moved his MCV down to his middle. Drawn into that Rhino. I've seen players actually move their MCV here as well. So here you can build refinery, and you'll be on that patch already. Difference in build, which is why I like the bottom spot a lot more. You'll need to move your MCV because if we're gonna build in a V formation, like here to here, it's gonna take quite a while. So you might as well move your MCV down towards the middle. A lot more effective. You can get a refinery here, build a second refinery, and then you can just build along the road. Top left, you don't need to move your MCV. I've seen players actually just build down across, and then once they get to here, just build along the road as well. But Marko definitely getting in towards mid first before Bobo, so he'll be able to get that positioning solid down to 5, 6, 7, 8 minus for Marko, Bobo on 8 as well. And a radar coming out in the forward direction from Marko. Deso immediately coming out here. Marko doesn't need to overcommit. It looks like he is overcommitting just slightly here. He's gonna be the one to retreat first. Definitely an overcommitment there from Marko straight off the bat. He needs to get some sentry guns up to get rid of the Deso. Sentry gun immediately gets shot down. Does have a war factory nearby, so defender's advantage is towards him. Sells one war factory. Corner's coming out now. Sentry gun up. Desos do go down. So good defense there from Marko after overcommitting just slightly. This is tough. This is tough. See Bobo already going for lab. Marko only now going for lab. His low power. Needs to get a power plant up. It's not looking good for Marko. Deso does get deployed, but the damage tanks are Bobo's tanks, but Bobo out-tanking Marko in this sense. He is not getting out of there alive. GG he calls. Well, not really called GG. This player has been defeated. And again, all tied up 6-6. Marko, sorry, Bobo regaining that draw. 6-6, yes, it is 6-6. Hate this map because you don't know how to play this map, my guy. Alright, city under siege. Again, every time I cast this map, I say how much I hate this fucking cyclic amplifier and how loud it is. Guy, do you know Rambo know the Chinese biz? Lloyd, Guy works for Rambo Play. So, alright, there we go. Ad time? Where's the fucking money, shithead? Oh, bit of lag. Bobo's gonna disconnect. I guess we can do ad time after this, see whether the players want to break, but I don't really want to take away from their momentum. So maybe ad time after this. After the entire show match, sorry. Right. See under the siege, Bobo's walling up his MCV. See, predicting an engineer rush here. I do not get paid, I wish I could, bro. Bro, same thing here, bro. Bug, Devil, Grant and I all wish the same thing. We wish we would get paid, but we don't for the work we do with CnC now. Alright, we've got drone flag coming in. Let's get deployed. And it will go in to a minor 9 from Marko. Good adaptation there. Because players often when they do that, you know, they panic when their flag gets thrown. So they're like, oh shit, what should I do? Marko calm as always deploys his flag, then gets a drone in. So reply coming in here from Bobo, and I see drone as well. And radar check immediately up for Marko. Bobo, where's the radar? There it is. A couple seconds late. Couple seconds late. Nice, doing some decorating. You might not know this, but Bobo's actually a neighborhood planner as well. See how he's trying to clear the trees, you know. He's making this entire city under siege a much better place to live in. Because who in their right mind would live near an oil derrick, right? It's gonna be loud, it's gonna be noisy. And you're living near to a fucking war base as well. Labs up for both. Marko. I thought Marko would be ahead there, but Bobo got his reactor off earlier than Marko. I see this IC timing, yep. I think Marko might have slipped there in terms of his timing. He got that radar up earlier, but he didn't get the IC up. Living near a beacon here. Cheap rents? Yeah, I guess that'll be this. Gonna send a map now with the flags, yep. Exactly. This is West Germany? Was it East? I don't remember the thing. And a clear wall between these two. I mean, ignore the Russian flags on either side. That's a bit redundant. No, railgun is Shen. Bobo doesn't have Discord. Yeah, it's Berlin. It's Berlin. The Berlin Wall. This is what it is. So both players walling in their ICs. We've got second wall here, and they tear off for both players as well. Where is this going here? Sneaky little flag from Bobo. Marko does see it. Should be done pretty easily. Down you go. And Ivan! Half, what the fuck are you doing here? Get out of here. And here we go. Bobo pushing through. Trying to get the flag out of the way, but Bobo's gonna be the first one to push with that flag. IC is ready for Bobo. Marko's ready for his IC as well. It's gonna be a little bit late. Flag does get pushed back. Bobo pops his IC off. Only 3 rhinos though. But 3 is more than enough here. Marcos is gonna run away, I think, because 3 rhinos can't do enough damage. He's gonna leave it to the flag cannon to do the damage for that IC. He's gonna take that lab. The war factory goes down from that Kirov. And the lab goes down as well. And the refinery. But was that a little bit too much for Bobo? Did he lose too much there? Marko's gonna be a little bit more strategic with his IC, I think. He's gonna wait a little bit more. Rebuilds that second refinery. Gets rid of both vessels, that drone very nicely. Bring that IC in as well. Yep, that drone in, sorry. And out comes that IC, that drone. What is the target here? Is it gonna be the flag around the back? He successfully pushes away the rhinos. But I think he kind of wasted that IC there, so he just pulls back for everything he has. And Marko's severely out-tanked here. Bobo does have his IC ready in 30 seconds. I think Marko's a little bit better to wait there instead of pushing all the way through. Bobo making a hole in the wall now. Marko now in trouble. Bobo has way too many rhinos here. And out comes that IC. That's gonna get rid of all of Marko's rhinos. Deso might get deployed here, but that IC is definitely the target for Bobo. Or the miners. Bobo's gonna go for the miners as well. Either way, severely out-tanked here. Marko is not gonna get out of this alive, I don't think. And another Kirov coming in for Bobo down on top left. The power does get destroyed. Yep, not looking good for Marko here. And this was Marko's map pick as well. Comes that Kirov gonna target that refinery first and foremost. That was that refinery. Marko now with only 1 refinery down to its bottom top on the right side, sorry. And war factory is constantly getting hit here. Kirov on full health. Say bye bye to the power, the war factory, and the second war. Veteran fucking Kirov. Yeah, Marko, it's over, it's over. Oh boy, Bobo regaining that lead, 7-6 now. It is match points. All right, match point. Here we go. Coldest penis. Coldest penis. Coldest penis. Coldest penis. And this is Marko's map pick. Who is Bobo? Bobo is number 2 in the Chinese scene. So after Woody, he is the best. No, you. So we haven't seen the Caverns of Siberia pick out of Marko yet. He might just be saving that because that is his absolute favorite map to play, where he is absolutely best on. But he is going Coldest Peak here against Bobo, and Bobo definitely agrees to go Coldest Peak. Let's see here. This is the only chance that Marko has to bring this up to the full 15 games in the best of 15 here. There's the first to 8. So let's hope he can pull this out the bag here and bring it back to a draw. If the trend follows suit, he should be losing. Oh, sorry, he should be winning this. Boob OP? What? Boobs? Where? Someone said titties. Alright, so Marko moving his MCV up to the first war factory. But we're clearing up some space. Sorry. Sorry, I had to do that. So drone in for a Bobo down to Marko. Why hasn't moved yet? Civizipo is clearly nearby. I think Marko definitely predicted for that drone to go in. There we go, and there's the MCV move. Is there a drone for Marko anyway in these trees here? I don't think so. If there is, Bobo is taking a really big risk on all. There's a drone. That's a drone. Yep, nice. I think Marko tried to body block with that drone and to kill the MCV drone, and that'll be absolutely lights out for Bobo because he didn't have a service depot. So good bit from Marko, already getting the gems straight off the bat. Marko does have a second drone here ready to go in. Yo, number 5, even though he plays every day. Sounds like Miller. Do they have a Mueller in China? I wonder if they do. I wonder if they do have a DW Mueller in China. DW Mueller, what is a Mueller? DW Mueller is a guy in CnC Net QM that plays almost 1,000 games per month. Keeps saying that he is the best in this game, that he's better than everyone. He calls super weapons a cheat, he calls desolators a cheat. He only plays allies and camps the fuck out of his gameplay. And he would taunt every single time he starts a game. The green man. F10 man, yeah. He calls the desolator the green man, and yeah, we give him shit for it every day, but realistically he is a big contributor to the QM scene. Ooh, is Bobo gonna lose that? Is he gonna rebuild? Marko gets a double drone off. Oh, did he save it? Oh my god, Bobo. Insane fucking skill there. I was about to call it luck. I'm gonna call it skill instead. Builds the second service depot to go in here. What is his rank? His rank is like, how low can he go? He's probably the bottom rank player. He's not very good. He's not very good. He's like he's not on Discord. I mean, he is on Discord, but he's not in the server. It's like, he's a toxic guy in general, but he's a funny guy to play against. Because the moment you use a IC, he's like, there's the cheat. The moment you use a desolator, there's a cheat. And then he says super weapons are a cheat in general. Yeah, he's a meme. He's a meme for sure. I talked to him on Discord. He seems like a genuine guy. He's just he trolls. He knows that the people don't take him seriously, and he trolls with the taunts and everything. Alright, so split down towards bottom left from Marko. Gonna target that MTV. Is he gonna target it? He absolutely is. Is he gonna get it though? I think he is gonna get it. He's gonna die for it as well. Gonna run away across the side here. Using that cliff snipe, getting rid of as many rhinos as he can. You are down towards middle. Marko's position. Fodder, sorry, not in position. Runs away with the split down towards the bottom. So no MTV for Mr. Bobo. And then comes Bobo with a three-way split here along the top as well. And towards the middle, there's 5 more factories. Marko did sell his MCV as well. Altair, I think we're going to sort of follow. And split along the bottom here for Bobo as well. Bobo commits his middle split towards the top. And they'll snipe one miner, second miner, but I got sniped. Nope. Marko should be priming this wall factory, I think. Oh, but here comes another split from Bobo. We know that Marko's weakness is some splits here. He is not the best at dealing with splits, but he is still one of the best players in the world. It's weird to say Marko's not good at splits or dealing with splits because his micro is insane. I mean, look at this. The bottom split does get lost here from Bobo. Marko's gonna be able to counter that split, I think. Bobo retreats. Marko sells a couple of wall factories because he is broke. Bobo still has a couple of good ores left. In comes Bobo's reinforcements down towards the bottom though. Marko's gonna have to reinforce bottom as well. Pull away with that miner. Bobo goes all the way in down towards bottom. And he's gonna lose that fight down towards bottom along the top as well. He's gonna go across. Bobo's the first one to retreat. Marko down to 2 ore factories. Bobo's still on 4. And still has some good eco here. Marko doing all that he can to keep his eco alive. This is all or nothing for Marko. He needs to do something here. The longer the game goes, the better it is for Bobo. He does have a bit of aura left and he can still long distance mine. He is long distance mine down towards the bottom. The MCV cell engineer is walking and it has a sentry gun down towards bottom left, so if it comes down to a base here, I think he would definitely win. Bobo trying to split down towards the top here does not go well for him. Couple rhinos do get sniped. So long distance mining down towards bottom left for Bobo is gonna work wonders for him. Marko doesn't have a refinery down towards this area, so long distance mining towards the bottom not really the best thing for him. He's making a move forward though. I think Marko does outtank Bobo at this stage. Let's be real, that engineer walking in. It all comes down to the micro from Mr. Marko. Well, we want this to go to full 7 match here, full 7 games. And we've seen Marko time and time again taking some risks here. He needs to engage before the reinforcements gets here. And he is going to do just that with some legendary tank control. Look at how he balls up all of his tanks together. Bobo, is he going to come up to this? Drone goes down. He's retreating at this stage. Intense matchup here. Bobo pushes Marko all the way back. And there we have it. Marko getting pushed all the way back. He calls GG's. And that is it. Down goes Marko, 8-6, the final score. And of that, Marko got Boboed. 8-6, no chance for Kevin to rematch. That is it. G's, boys. GG's. Okay, by the way.